Hi there, trailer owners. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kodiak's hydraulic brake hose with a 90-degree male fitting on one end and a straight fitting on the other end. We can take a closer look at our hose here. I'll just tuck the wiring out of the way temporarily. And we can see that we have a 90-degree fitting here, and it's straight on the other end where it goes into our caliper here. If you're transferring your trailer over from an electric drum brake system to a disc brake system, or if your trailer already has hydraulic brakes, one of the most important things with the hydraulic brake setup is to ensure that you don't have any rubbing or contact with your hose. If your hose is too short, you may be tempted to route it in a way that will make it reach its destination, but it could potentially be in a way where it might rub the tire, it might rub on other components that are moving around, and potentially too, if it is too short and you're loaded up when you put it on, when you go to unload it, your trailer, it could potentially stretch out the hose too far. To ensure that we've got proper angle and clearance, we decided to use this 90-degree to straight fitting, and it really does work well for these trailer setups. Typically your brake lines are going to be mounted underneath the frame here, and if you go with a straight hose on each side, which is usually what comes with a lot of the brake systems, you're going to lose some of the length of your hose because it's going to be going straight out. And it also limits your mounting options. You can see the block here where we go in. I mean, you can either go in only certain directions, and none of them are really ideal for this particular setup here. Having a 90-degree fitting here allows us to properly angle our hose away from our components, giving us full clearance all the way around, and the straight edge on the other side goes right in. And this way we're not putting any harsh bends or angle on our hose, so we're getting nice good fluid flow, and our hose isn't being stressed or rubbed against, so it's going to have good operation without the worry of any leaks in the future. We have durable brass fittings on each side, and brass is an ideal material when working with brake setups because it is a softer metal which allows it to seal very well when tightened down, and it's also resistant against rust. I do like having the 90-degree fitting because it does give you some flexibility when installing your hose. You can choose the appropriate angle. I've already got it fully tightened down so you can see it's solid in place, but if you've got it threaded in there before you fully tighten it down, you can swivel the hose back and forth so you can choose that proper angle before finishing snugging it up. The rubber hose is connected to our fittings with a double crimped brass ferrule. So we've got 2 layers of sealing as well as grip to ensure our hose stays secured inside of our fitting attachments. And to ensure that you can properly tighten these down and get tools in place, right out of our brass fitting where it attaches to the hose, we've got a small section of brake line there so we can easily fit a line wrench over it and get our tools in here to tighten things down. Some other competitors put the nuts right up against the brass fitting here without this section, and it can be very difficult on some of those to get your tools in there to get them properly tightened down. Now the flare that's on the end of the small portion of hose that comes out is going to be constructed of a stainless steel. This is going to be even stronger than our brass and also going to be corrosion resistant. The hose length is going to be 18 inches for the hose. With the fittings added on to the hose, you'll get a total length of 21 inches. The inner diameter is going to be 1/8 of an inch, and our fitting size is going to be a 3/16 inch, and the thread size is a 3/8 24. And that completes our look at Kodiak's hydraulic brake hose with a 90-degree male fitting on one end and a straight male fitting on the other end.